Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Lizzie. I'm really glad that you're here today with me. Today I'm going to be doing a pick a crystal reading. We're going to be using oracle decks as well, but first what I want you to do is just focus in on each of these crystals, and I will put a timestamp below to let you know where your reading is. Okay, so first we've got a rose quartz. I'll bring it closer so you can get a feel for it. Beautiful, gorgeous stone. I got this at a crystal, what are they called? Crystal show out in Mesa, Arizona. And I got 6 big pieces like this, 6 of them for only $20. And I was like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah. I was like, okay. So I bought 6 of them and then gave all of them away except for 2. So I was looking because I have another one somewhere, unless I've given it away. But anyway, I gave them to like my closest girlfriends and my mom. And so now we each have like a big rose quartz, and I love it. And then we've got next a labradorite. This is an incredible piece when you really get to look at it in the light. I used to work at a crystal show. Nope, I used to work at a crystal store, and this piece came in and I was immediately drawn to it. I don't know if you can see the face that's down here, but I didn't buy it right away because it was pretty expensive. And then we got a Christmas bonus, which basically was we got a gift certificate to the store and I used that to buy this. So I got this as a gift. I'm viewing it as I got this as a gift from my old job. Love it. Then we've got the clear quartz. This is a really interesting piece, the way that it's dual pointed. It feels like 2 very different energies fusing together. It's really exciting. And I got this as a gift from a dear friend of mine, Nicole. Shout out to you, Nicole. She is one of the most fascinating, incredible, intelligent people I have ever met. So if that resonates with you, maybe this crystal is the one that you should pick. All right, I'm gonna be quiet for a moment. I'm gonna let you really focus in. Maybe you've already made your decision, in which case just click on to the next timestamp of your reading and we'll get into it. But if you need a moment, I get it. Take the time if you need to pause it, but I will be quiet for a moment. I'll try. All right, welcome to those of you that chose rose quartz. Rose quartz is most commonly known for its properties of self-love, self-compassion. It's a very gentle, soft energy. So maybe you're needing some soft, gentle, self-love energy for yourself. Maybe you're trying to draw in some romance or reignite some romance into your life, because rose quartz can also be used for that as well. Let's get into it. Let's pull some cards. Let's see what the rose quartz, as well as your guides, let's see what the message is that they have for you. So first I'm going to be using the Angel Guide deck by Kyle Gray, and we'll see what messages there are for those that chose the rose quartz. All right, so first up, we've got signs and reminders. Okay, so in this card, if you can't see it too well, there are feathers, butterflies, rainbows, birds, clouds, the earth, the moon, So there's a good chance that when you're out and about in the world and you see any one of these, it's a sign and a reminder from your guides. Now, butterflies are all about transformation, you know, changing from being in the cocoon to a beautiful butterfly, or chrysalis into a beautiful butterfly. Feathers are often known to be signs from, some people say from your angels, some will say from past loved ones. It could also be from specific guides if you've got that connection. Birds can be a sign of travel. So if you're seeing specific birds, birds can also be a sign of protection. There's a lot of different meanings for birds that you might even be connected to personally. Clouds are a really interesting one because for me, clouds have very significant meaning. I personally absolutely love the days where it's a bright blue sky and big puffy clouds because you can see so many different shapes in them. And that in and of itself is a way to receive messages from your intuition, from your higher self, from your guides. Whatever it is you want to put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So it's always nice to look up at the sky and see what messages there are waiting for you. The moon, lots of people are connected to the moon. Rainbows are always a sign of something good coming, the difficult things being over. There's also the added, if you're part of the LGBT community, there's also something special in that for you, for me too. And then Mother Earth, Gaia. So this is starting off, this card is just reminding you to pay attention to all of the tiny little signs and reminders throughout your day that you're being connected to with your spirit team. Now, each of us are going to have different messages. Ooh, let's see what this one is. Self-acceptance. This is perfect with the rose quartz. Look how beautiful. This is like such a beautiful card. And you've got a lot of the pink, a big pink, because the pink rose quartz is all about self-love, self-compassion. Okay, we'll talk more. Let's keep going. Let's pick another one. Ooh, look at this, transformation. Like I was talking about with the butterflies. Okay, so really what this feels like, the main message for you that chose rose quartz, it's all about that radical self-acceptance. Really believing that like who you are is perfect in this moment, right now. The way that you are is perfect. And as soon as you start to really believe that and accept that, transformation happens. You become even more of who you want to be. But self-acceptance isn't some easy thing because a lot of us have dealt with, childhood trauma, or we've dealt with really difficult hardships. We've been put into boxes from other people or institutions or society as a whole. And it takes a lot for you to unlearn that. But just know that you've got the connection with spirit. You've got it, and it's just a matter of taking you as you are, accepting you as you are. But it really feels like this is the key. Continue to work on this. Continue to fuel that solar plexus of self-confidence, of self-worth. And when you do that, what comes is the transformation. All right, let's also pull, I'm going to keep these out so we can reference back to them. But I'm also going to pull from the Shamanic Healing Oracle cards. These were gifted to me by the same friend of mine that gifted me this, but at different times, different years. Now with this, we're gonna ask, where do we need to be putting more of our attention to? Where do we need to be putting more of our energy to? What needs to be brought to our attention? for the rose quartz. Those that chose the rose quartz, what needs to be brought to their attention? What do they need to be putting more energy into? Forgiveness. And there's the moon, which also showed up here. So if you're someone who was drawn to the moon sign in this card, this is especially true for you. Now, sometimes forgiveness is just about ourselves. Maybe we just need to forgive ourselves. Forgive that we have been hard on ourselves. Forgive that we've been judgmental, that we've been super critical on who we are. And forgive that, like, sometimes it's so hard. We're our hardest critic. We're our worst critic. And so learning to forgive that part of us, learning to forgive our inner monologue that's negative and critical, is going to help in this healing process. So maybe it's not so much about like learning to accept yourself. Maybe it's more about learning to forgive that you have that negative self-talk, or that you feel just so judgmental of yourself. Now, if you're someone who's like, I'm all about the self-love, I've got this mastered, I applaud you, and let us know what you did down in the comments. Help us out with how you came to join your higher self in that place of non-judgment, because that's a beautiful thing, and we'd really like to know. Okay, and so for the final message, for those of you that picked the rose quartz, we're going to go back to the first deck we used, which is the Angel Guide deck, and just see what's the lasting message that you have for those that chose the rose quartz that are working on self-acceptance and forgiveness. What is the lasting message you have for them? Everyone's favorite phrase, I'm sure, trust the universe. Because you are the universe. It's all about trusting yourself. Trusting yourself that you are worth being who you are, your true self, without being made up to fit someone else's expectations. So keep your eyes open for the signs and reminders that you're not alone, that you've got a whole spirit team behind you that's wanting to help you and love you. Work on that radical self-acceptance. Don't forget to forgive yourself in the process for the times that you are judgmental of yourself, because ultimately there's going to be a transformation. It brings you out into this beautiful light and changes your life. Thank you to those of you that chose the energy of this beautiful rose quartz. May you go about the rest of your day, week, month, year, life with many blessings. And may you really, truly learn to love yourself and to like yourself, because you're awesome. There's so much good inside you, and I hope that you feel it. Take care. All right, hello to those of you that chose this beautiful labradorite piece. Labradorite has a lot of different properties, but for today, what I'm really feeling from it is communication. Communication not only with yourself and your higher self, your spirit team, but also communication with other people as well. It's really activating that throat chakra, and working on your intuition as well is really what I'm feeling from this beautiful labradorite piece today. So let's pull some cards. Let's see what your spirit team has for you, what the energy of the labradorite has for you. Today I'm going to be using the Kyle Gray Angel Guide Oracle. Then we have another deck that we'll pick from as well, but first We're asking those that chose the labradorite energy, what do the angels and guides and other beings of light have for us? Okay, cut the deck. All right, first up we have, wow, holy love. It's beautiful. Then we have guardian angel. Then we have, ooh, vulnerability and freedom. Okay, this energy feels very serious. It feels very much like maybe some of you have really been going through it. Things have been really hard lately. Things have felt heavy and intense, and it's been going on for longer than you would like. So I'd really like all of you right now to just do some breathing. And know that it's going to be okay. Know that you are so divinely protected and loved and cared for, and you're being seen. You are being seen from those that are on the other side. This card right here, the Holy Love, is so powerful. It's really reminding you that behind everything, their love can come from it. It can. And when things feel intense, they are. And what you're feeling is totally valid. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can always tap into this holy love that's always there for you in any moment. And then the guardian angel. That's all your spirit team. You're loved so deeply. And they really want you to know that today. You're not alone. But it's going to take some vulnerability to get you to that freedom. And you know, one way that we express vulnerability is through the way we express ourselves, what we say, how we speak to people, how we communicate. How we communicate to ourselves. Sometimes we have to be really honest with ourselves, and that's hard. Sometimes that's harder than talking to other people. But it really feels like there is something going on that you need to be honest about and be vulnerable with someone that'll help loosen all that up, to help get out and get into the freedom. So if this is resonating with you, I really want you to take from it, like, go easy on yourself. Take it a little easy, because this is heavy. This is heavier energy than the first rose quartz. It was a really lovely energy, but this is a little bit more intense. So next we're going to pick from the shamanic healing cards. And with these, we're going to ask Spirit to show us an area that we maybe are ignoring, that we need to bring more attention and energy to. What's something that we need to be made aware of? Those that picked the labradorite energy, that are working on being vulnerable and expressing themselves and being honest. What's something they need to put more of their energy into? What's something that they need to be made aware of? Ooh. Okay. So this is discernment. Maybe it's the type of thing where there's a lot of opinions going on around you. Stuff that doesn't feel right to you. You can't really explain it, maybe. Maybe you don't have concrete evidence as to why you don't agree. But you are divinely guided. Your spirit guides are right there with you. You've got the Holy Love card. So to get to this freedom, you have to be vulnerable in the sense that with discernment, you'll know what's right. You'll know what to express. And it might bring about a difficult conversation. But to get to that freedom, you just gotta do it. But do it with that loving energy. Call on your guardian angels to help you during that conversation or whatever it may be. Labradorite, you brought some energy to this. You brought some interesting energy to this reading. I'm also gonna look in the book for discernment and just maybe see if there's one other thing. As spiritual, physical, and energetic beings, we oftentimes blur the lines between our energy, the energy of a situation, and the energy of another person. When we take on other people's energy and label it as our own, we start to judge. This lowers our energetic vibrations. We then get caught up in a seemingly never-ending cycle of feeling bad, labeling, justifying, and appropriating what is not ours to claim. The lesson here, as in the previous card, which we didn't look at, is to be present, not label or judge, and let the energy/feeling wash through you. Once you do this, notice where in your body you feel the effects of the emotion. Does your heart open up? Does your belly hurt? Does your throat get tight? Your head can lie to you, but your body never does. It's easy to become overwhelmed. Make a habit of making your first response to overwhelming energy, wow, that's interesting, instead of, what's wrong with me? I love that advice. Like changing this inner self-talk from being like, what is wrong with me, to like, okay, interesting. Let's further investigate. This is curious. This allows you to objectively discover how and why your body is reacting to the given situation or person. This card is asking you to stop looking outside yourself for answers to an issue. Instead, sit with it and listen to what your body is telling you. Okay. Labradorite, those of you that chose labradorite, things have definitely been heavy for you, maybe a little intense, but you've got the power. All right. And the lasting, okay, this is along with the discernment, is composure. That's going hand in hand. But one final message to those that chose the labradorite energy, that are working on being vulnerable and working on their discernment to find freedom. What's one lasting message for them? Compassion. Have compassion for yourself and for others involved in whatever the situation may be. And also, I'm getting like, have compassion for the universe right now. Like, if you're one of the people that's very overwhelmed by everything going on, and it's hard to focus on literally anything else, have compassion for the state of it all. Find ways to be curious. Going back to what it said in here, like, find ways to be curious about it instead of being what's wrong. Have compassion for that energy. Have compassion for the people that you think are missing the point, or that could be said about anyone, you know, because we're all living our own individual realities. But if you're feeling that really heavy energy, try and view more of it with curiosity, compassionate curiosity. That's what you're supposed to be leaving with, is compassionate curiosity. Try and change it a little bit in your mind to compassionate curiosity. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the energy that you guys brought, because I feel like this was really important. So thank you, because that energy was from you guys. So I appreciate it for me too. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, month, life, year, whatever. And take care. Bye. Hello to those of you that chose this really interesting quartz. Quartz, multi-purpose, very versatile, very powerful. Quartz can be used to clear energy, to magnify energy. It can also be used, it's like I said, versatile. You can use a clear quartz in place of anything, really. So maybe that's you. Maybe you are someone who is versatile and you have many purposes, and maybe things are a little crazy in figuring out what that one purpose is for you. Are you feeling a little scattered? I don't know why. Is there some scattered energy going on right now? If you're not, if you're like, I'm so grounded right now, awesome. Like, let us know in the comments what that's like and what we can do to better ground ourselves. But for those of you that are feeling a little scattered, I find it really interesting that you chose this. I don't know why. Why is scattered energy coming up so strongly? I don't know. Let's pull some cards. Let's see. All right, so first we're going to be pulling from the Angel Guide Oracle by Kyle Gray. Love these cards. They're just nice and beautiful. Absolutely beautiful artwork, which I guess isn't Alex Gray. It's Jennifer Hawkyard. Beautiful artist. Oh my goodness. Okay. So angels, what message do you have for those that chose the clear quartz today? What message do you have for those that chose the clear quartz today? Alrighty. We're gonna pick one more so that we have 3. Okay, first up, forgiveness and understanding. Okay, all right. Wow, that's a beautiful card. They're all beautiful. What am I saying? Then we have, self-acceptance. Okay, self-acceptance came up. So did forgiveness, but in a different deck. Self-acceptance came up in the rose quartz reading. So if you feel so inclined, maybe listen to that one as well, because this was very key in the rose quartz reading. But we'll see how they're different. Ooh, raise your vibration. Okay, so the first thing about raise your vibration, this is gonna look different for everyone, which makes it exciting. Like, you are the master of your own life, your own destiny. You get to decide what raises your vibration. It's gonna look different than those around you. So there are some things that can help raise the vibration generally, but when it comes to you and your specific energy, your specific vibration is going to be sensitive to different things. So what's exciting is you getting to decide and figure out and be curious about what it is that raises your personal vibration. For some people, it's exercise. For some people, it's not exercise because they don't have the capacity to exercise. You know, like climbing a mountain isn't always accessible to every person. Does that mean that the person that can't climb a mountain doesn't get to raise their vibration? No, it just means that they find ways to raise their vibration in other ways. Some people, reading a book raises their vibration, you know? Sometimes consuming beautiful art raises their vibration. For some people, making beautiful art raises their vibration. So one of the best things about life is finding out for you personally what it is that makes you feel good, that raises that vibration. So how does that tie into self-acceptance and forgiveness? I really encourage you guys, you guys get a double whammy. You guys get to go back and listen to the rose quartz because we really went into self-acceptance and forgiveness. But I want to talk mostly about raising your vibration because we felt such that scattered energy with the clear quartz. It's less about a scattered energy and more of like an excitement and a curiosity in ways to do this. Because it feels like for you guys, there is maybe some stuck energy that's really wanting to be used. Playful. I'm also getting just playful energy. So briefly, self-acceptance. Accepting that you're different. Everyone is different. Everyone is going to have their own unique individual ways to raise their vibration. There's no wrong way. As long as it's making you feel good in a healthy way, that's helping raise your vibration. So learn to have that self-acceptance for whatever it may be. Maybe you're a little weird. Maybe you don't fit into traditional spiritual circles where you're chanting and using singing bowls, and which I love. I do those things myself, but maybe that doesn't resonate with you. Or maybe there's something, I don't know, I'm just getting like a very playful energy from you. But you're hesitant. You're like hesitant to like lean into it because of judgment or something. You have this expectation that as a spiritual being, you're supposed to do these other things, but these other things might not resonate with you, and that's okay. That's really okay. Try to find forgiveness for yourself. Forgiveness for that self-critical judgment that you have. And understand that you're unique and special, and that's what makes you powerful. This is exciting. I want to know, like, what are the things that you find weird that help raise your vibration? Like, what are the little things throughout your day? Because I feel like with you guys in particular, you're a really special group of people that like find ways to raise your vibration that are unconventional to a lot of like the spiritual people of today. Because for as long as humans have existed, our spiritual practices, a lot of them have continued. We learn from our ancestors to do things the way that we do, but a lot of it has evolved. So what is it? What's the unique way that you raise your vibration? I'm so curious. Please leave it in the comments. Let me know because I'm curious. Okay, so next we're gonna pull from the Shamanic Healing Oracle. And with these cards, we're gonna ask Spirit to show us where we need to be putting more of our energy into, what we need to be made aware of, maybe something that we're just not seeing. So for those that chose the clear quartz energy, that are learning to accept the ways in which they raise their vibration, where do they need to be putting more of their energy into? What do they need to be made aware of? What are they not seeing right now? Okay. Ooh, new day. New day. Okay. Yep. So it's like where you need to be putting your energy, what you need to be made aware of is that the new day's coming. Like the new time for you is coming. It's on its way. It's the next door that you open. It's there. Because you've like stepped into this new vibration. Because you've learned to let your freak flag fly. I don't know that I've ever said that before. I love it. You guys are weirdos. You guys are like little weirdos. I love it. I'm gonna read from the book of this just to see if there's something else. New day. It's also number 11 for those of you that are into the number 11, which I mean, lots of us are. Anyway, a new day enables us to see in a brand new light. We can see more clearly once the shadows of fear and doubt are brushed away by the light of creation. Once the initial shock of discovering the duality in a situation has worn off, you can find comfort that there truly is no bad or good. It just is. When this is realized, the possibilities for the outcome of a situation become endless. This card also advises to wait. Everything regarding the situation has yet to unfold. Interesting. It's like there's a little bit of waiting for the next door that you're going to open because you're working on being comfortable with this energy. I love how the initial energy that I was picking up was scattered. It just felt like scattered, but really, when we look into it, it's more playful and curious and diverse. You guys are fun. I like this. I like this group of people we've got going on here. Okay, so for the final message, we're going to pull from the angel guide one more time. What's the final message for those that chose the clear quartz? What's the last message you have for them that are working on raising their vibration through self-acceptance and forgiveness and being patient about the new day that's right around the corner? Okay, trust the universe. This came up too. Did that come in the rose quartz, or did that come up in the labradorite? I don't know, but I made a joke like everyone's favorite phrase, trust the universe. It feels synchronistic though. It's like this is all part of your plan. You got it. You're gonna be fine. I'm really excited for you guys. Each reading we did today had very different energy. You guys feel excited though. Like something big and exciting and fun and playful. Like that's the energy I'm getting for you guys. I hope you feel that excitement too. I hope that you go into this just learning to accept that like your weird is delightful. And I hope that you find other beings that affirm that and celebrate your weirdness, because you deserve it. You're awesome. Thank you guys so much. May you have an incredible and weird rest of your day, week, month, year, life, and I hope to see you again. Thank you guys so much. Take care. Bye.